It's Friday, folks.
Friday all day.
It's Friday. We made it. You know, you weather people, you drive me nuts. Thursday, it's a severe weather alert day. It was freaking beautiful all day yesterday. I even got on our Diet Coke man, didn't I, out there about that? Oh, it's severe weather, and it's beautiful. 80 and sunshine.
I was even able to mow yesterday.
And then today, again, this is a severe weather alert day. And it's beautiful again. Now, there is rain to our south, but I don't, from what I see in my non-meteorological mind looking at the radar, it looks like it's all going to stay south. So I think, you know, up here, Wilmington, Hillsborough might catch a little bit of it. But I think Sabina, Washington Courthouse, in that direction, I think we're going to be okay. It is at least going back to the way it normally should go. It's going from southwest to northeast, which is the way we have most of our weather. But recently, Rick and I have both noticed that it's been going the other way. It's going to be from the north to the south. So, but anyhow, just pay attention to it. It is Ohio, and it could switch on a dime. And there's always, pop-up storms. I mean, that's always a possibility.
They always put a qualifier in there. That's right.
No, that's the greatest job in the world, Bill. I mean,
job security.
Partly sunny with a chance of rain today, 70 degrees. Pay me my money. I'm out of here.
Or a bullpen pitcher for baseball. You know, they get paid billions of dollars.
Mop-up duty.
I think I'd rather be the weatherman. I think that's the easier job.
We got Kevin, Debbie, Vicky, and Rita watching ours this morning.
Rita's watching. Did you say JJ's watching too?
No.
Who'd you say? Kevin?
Kevin,
Don
Debbie,
Wells is watching.
Don
Vicky.
Wells?
Rita.
Dolores Robinson's watching.
Good morning, Councilman. Don.
See,
That's not what he called you earlier, Don. No, what? You remember what you
Good
said?
buddy. He's a good buddy.
No, not Don specifically.
No, I know
just the
that.
council in general.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad I'm not there right now.
Well, Rick Phillips, did you go to the meeting last night?
I watched.
Well, we'll get a full report from Rick on it here in a little bit. All right, let's talk about some news. Feel free to pop in anything you want, guys. I don't have much news. I think the Reds won yesterday, didn't they?
7 to what?
Yeah,
1?
they won. They finally got one.
Finally,
win
now
against
they got
White
the
Sox.
Guardians coming in. Yep.
How would you like to be in New Jersey right now trying to go to work in New York City? The transit is on strike.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, get up and you don't have a ride because the subway is on strike. Not good. And guess what's at the MetLife Stadium? Not MetLife, but Meadowlands Stadium tonight. Shakira concert. They said Uber drivers will make buku money tonight because the people will need them. James Comey could be in a little hot water.
A little, yeah.
I think, I'd be honest with you, I think it's just time to hang him. Now, I'm serious. He needs to be put out in front of the Capitol building and make sure all the Democrats have to watch in attendance and just drop it on him. That or the guillotine. Either one, I think, would be.
Boy, you're hardcore.
Well, no, I mean, that's the only way we're going to send people a message. Cause I get tired of it. I watch some of this stuff every
We're
day.
already shocked that they've arrested a judge and they've arrested a
Two
mayor.
judges,
It's
yeah.
like, how dare you? You can't arrest us. We're
Yes,
Dems.
we can.
We're Dems.
86-47 made out of seashells on the seashore.
He just walked by and it was there.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't a hit. It
Yeah.
was not a call for a hit on Trump.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
86 somebody, that means you kill them. And 47, that's Trump's. Something should be done.
Maybe I need to write that down. What was that again?
86 means to kill somebody. We already talked earlier this week. I got my list.
86,
Okay.
number 47.
People don't want me to become a terminal. That's all I got to say. We're going to get the rocket launchers out and everything else. 86-47. James Comey, you're a turd anyhow. You need to go down. Walmart to raise some prices, but not a lot, they said, but they are going to raise some prices.
Tariffs.
Plus the tariffs, yeah. 60% of Walmart's revenue is
Chinese.
groceries,
Oh.
which I don't know. First when I read that, kind of surprised me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The frap and ice cream was awesome, Matt Beamer. Oh, it was great. They make this thing down there, Bill. It's mocha, and there's another thing they put in it. It's hazelnut, and they make it with ice cream.
Oh, I bet Deanna would love that. Her and her iced coffee. That's her vice.
God.
That's what gets her through the day.
I'm telling you what, it's like heaven almost. The Magna Carta. There's been a new original Magna Carta discovered. It was at Harvard. They bought this thing for like $27.50 years ago because they just thought it was a copy. And in fact, it is an extremely rare original, 725 years old. It's worth tens of millions of dollars. And
Well, they need it anyway because Trump's cutting all their money off.
yeah, Magna Carta, just so you know, that was basically the inspiration for the United States Constitution.
True.
King John of England in 1215 is when it came about. Denver Airport hit by communication outages. And that's a huge airport. I mean, Newark is big enough, but Denver Airport, I'd say, is probably, 2 or 3 times as big?
All these test runs on these airports.
Yeah,
Yep. All these, they're just,
that's blackouts.
it's just test blackouts. When they black them all out, it's going to be rough.
You think?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You think? Okay. All right. Interesting. I never thought of it. Putin was a no-show at his meeting with Zelensky yesterday, but he did at least send a low-level delegation there. So, and then Trump, he wrapped up his Middle Eastern trip, and a lot of good things come from it. He visited Fred Flintstone's home yesterday in the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi.
Yabba dabba doo.
But anyhow, they I think said they were going to give over $1 trillion, not give, but they're going to do $1 trillion worth of investments in the United States. And plus, the big talk was with Iran. They've had now 4, I guess, separate meetings with Iran. And the way I understand it, a deal is in the works. If you can trust Iran, that's the thing.
I don't know. They said the 4th meeting didn't go as well as they had hoped, and Trump issued some more sanctions on them after that meeting.
No, I didn't hear that this morning when I watched the news, but
I don't know.
they said, a bunch of House people and senators do not want any deal unless they eradicate the whole nuclear program, not just.
They don't want to enrich.
Not just enriched uranium, but even the low-level stuff. So, at least we're heading the right direction. And Trump said it's real simple. You got 2 options. We can do this the easy way, which is the way I want to do it, or we can do it the hard way, which I don't want to do it that way. But he just said it'll be devastating if we do it the hard way.
Well, Israel's already saying that they're going to go on their own.
Yeah, Israel could take care of them themselves.
So if they become a loose cannon, you don't know. They can start a world war.
Yeah, and Israel could, and that's what, that's where they say the war to end all wars is, the end of the world right there. It's going to start in Israel. So, it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
You were talking investments there a while ago. Did you hear where Ford and General Motors lowered their guidance for
They're not going to make as
rest
much
of the
money.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's all
Ford
right.
said it was going to take a 1.5 billion hit, and I don't know. General Motors was more than that. And I can't remember what it was.
Well, GM's got that
something like
recall issue that they're dealing with on these defective engines, those 5.7 engines.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, that's going to be millions of dollars.
Well, and I finally did see an employee pricing for Jeep and Chrysler and Plymouth. Speaking of Jeep, Chrysler, and Plymouth, Chris Robinson. We had breaking news yesterday. Did you hear that on
No,
the air?
I didn't get a chance to see the show. No, what happened?
Breaking news. Well, Chris Robinson does this Kickstart. He buys shoes.
Oh, shoes for
that can't
kids, yeah.
afford 'em.
Mhm.
Well, his new goal was 3,000. I said, well, what's your stretch goal? And he said, what? He didn't understand. I said, I'd explain it to him. $3,500. But here's the deal: if he makes it to 3,500, me, Chris, and Travis Fenstermacher are all going to dye our hair blue. Blue.
Whoa, okay.
And,
I ain't going to go down that road.
What's funny is
I got much left.
Chris's wife, he was looking for her for support, and she said, well, I think you ought to do it rainbow. She sent me some pictures of you, Robinson, when you had your hair dyed, so don't even
His
give me.
was blonde.
Yeah, oh, she sent them to you too?
No.
She sent them to everybody, buddy. What do you think of that? That's funny. That's funny. Bill's going to take us through after the break here. He's got
A lot of
a
sports.
lot of stuff written down.
A lot of local baseball and track, and also Wilmington girls softball doing well too. Plus, I want to reflect on the memory of Bob White, one of our best football coaches here at Wilmington High School.
There's J.J. Marie.
Here's what Chris says.
Bill wants to join us, I think, on the blue hair.
No.
Well, there ain't a whole lot left there, I'm telling you. I just want to turn back to the way it
Easy
used
to
to
dye.
be. Great. Yeah, I'm going to have to.
It wouldn't be, well, it wouldn't be hard to dye.
Well,
No, it'd be easy to dye. You might want to think about
I'm
that.
getting closer to being bald, it seems like.
You might want to think about that. We do also need to hear a report from the evil emperor, because I haven't heard anything. It's been quiet. I figured you guys that would be the main topic of conversation this morning. Would be the council meeting
Well, they
from
didn't
last
resolve
night.
anything. It was just a discussion about the accusations and charges that were leveled against the mayor, and the mayor was leveling charges or accusations against the police department because they were trying to get better position and negotiate, for the upcoming
Negotiations.
Contracts.
Yeah. So I mean, it's he said, she said, basically.
But didn't I
But
understand?
I think we've
There's
all agreed that there's going to be a further investigation.
there's a little MI5 going on, a little bump, 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 bump.
Yeah,
And they're
they got to get to the bottom of the alleged planting people at Sugar Tree Ministries.
well, it's not against the law, is it?
No, but and technically, I think that the reason you had to bring someone from outside is because we don't
Everybody
have-
knows everybody.
Yeah, we don't have a huge detective force here in Wilmington.
Any of us four go up, hey man, you got any drugs? They're going to know something's not right here, because they know none of us would do it. Well, maybe Jerry, but
So, what else you got there, Bill?
Well, no, he's got a lot of stuff. Don't.
We're gonna take
We're
a
gonna
break.
take a break. Then we're gonna come back, and then Rick maybe Rick will jog his memory and remind us a little bit of the stuff last night too. All right, we'll be back. Now you can take it away, Bill.
All right, then.
Indulge in a
Buckeye lady will
variety
be
of
coming in hopefully by
mouth-watering
about
dishes,
8:30 or
from
8:45
juicy
right
burgers
now.
and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
As well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report. News the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay, right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Professional administrators. There you go. And we set the budget.
Let's get personal. Let's get personal. Sunday fun day, 5 to 8 with your host, Dr. Footlong Schuessler and Sarah.
And who's the host?
Fife, Sarah Fife, and Dr. Jeffrey Schuessler. And maybe even a little come Tay away, come Tay away, come Tay away with me. Tay Newport, right? Isn't she going to be kind of a host too?
They're all co-hosts.
They're all co-hosts.
There's no real host.
But isn't there one that's nationally syndicated?
Well, there was, but he's no longer because he took it off his Facebook page.
We love you, Shoes. We love you. And again, what we're waiting on is Raisin Bran. We're waiting on bran. We need some fiber. And because that show, there are going to be people, zooming in and zooming out and all that. Ron Rennells, how you doing, Ron? Ron, are you home from Boston? He went and saw his son graduate from the Boston College of Music.
Very good.
And his son's already got a touring gig. His son is signed, and Kyle Ray, and he just opened up for Joe DiMessina a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
He's opened up for Sheryl Crow, too.
Sheryl Crow, one of my favorites. I like her. Yep.
I like her until she got rid of her Tesla. Then she kind of ticked me off a little bit.
Oh, I thought you were going to say until she got rid of her testicles.
Tesla.
I was
No.
going to say, oh, was she one of them?
No, I don't think so. No, we wouldn't want that anyhow. All right, Mr. Bill Learman, he is the sports guy here, and he's got tons of sports.
Let's start out with a shout out for the Wilmington girls softball team. They defeated Turpin, second round of district sectional play. What a performance by Lauren Deals. She went the distance. She struck out 16 batters, including 10 in a row to start the game. Adriana Elsroth was 3 for 3 with an RBI and also was on base all 4 times she went to the plate. And just kudos to them. They're just doing great so far. I had someone tell me about something with track. Now, I'll be honest with you. There's an area that I'm a little bit of a novice about, okay? I don't know a whole lot about track. But I understand that our Wilmington boys track team had a record that they broke a league record. They've been standing since 2011. So it was a real amazing night for these young men.
But you don't know what it was?
The 4x100 relay. The 4x100 relay. Zane Smith, Chase Fickert, Eli Stewart, and Rodney Goings. So congratulations to them. Very nice effort on them. I told them I'd give them a nice shout out also. Let's see, we talked about the softball. Now, baseball. Wilmington baseball team, earlier this week, they had their senior day, and it was against Kettering Alter. Played a good ball game. Fundamentally, they just couldn't get the key hit when they needed it. Ended up losing 4-1. Jake Stevens and Bryant Conley are the 2 senior members on the team, and so congratulations to them. It's been an up and down season for them. You know, if games lasted 5 innings, they would probably have at least 5 more wins, but you have to play the whole 7 innings. But I do want to talk about them winning last night at Waynesville. They closed out their season on a good note. That was the last regular season game, and they won at Waynesville over the Spartans. Final score was 7-5. They had 11 hits last night in the game. Hitting stars were Cam Griffith. He went 4 for 4 with a pair of doubles and also 2 runs batted in. Jake Stevens had a couple of hits. Felt so frustrating for him. I know he was trying real hard to get a base hit the other day in his final home game, but couldn't do it. He's on the verge of getting 100 hits in his career at Wilmington. So they've got the tournament game coming up next week. I'll get to that here in just a moment. And Knox Eric, a young man, one of the 3 freshmen that they are starting on this baseball team, he had 2 hits and an RBI. Winning pitcher was Cam Griffith. He went 4 innings, allowed just 1 hit. Braden Plymeyer and Knox Eric finished up also. So it was a close ball game at the end. Wilmington had a 5-2 lead going into the 7th. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th, and then the Spartans came back strong in the bottom half of the 7th. They scored 3 in the last of the 7th, but Knox got the save, you would say, and closed it down. So all in all, pretty good effort for them. Now, tournament baseball. Well, wait a minute. Let me double check here. Let me backtrack just a second. According to my schedule, Blanchester has their last regular season game. That will be against Wyoming later today. To my knowledge, the other schools are all idle. Tournament play begins next week. Blanchester is a top seed. They are the number 4 seed in their region, Division 5. They will be hosting North College Hill. Game time will be at 5 o'clock at Blanchester next Tuesday. Clinton County's other 3 teams will play on Wednesday. East Clinton's on the road at Georgetown. Then Clinton Massey will play at Wyoming, and Wilmington will play at CHCA, Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy. I do believe Massey may have their final regular season game today against Jamestown. So but that was kind of up in the air. But that's the last regular season game for them. So again, tournament play gets underway next week. So that's so much for the local stuff. I did want to touch also a story that was in the paper the other day, the passing of Bob White. Been very fortunate over the years to work with a lot of coaches, of course, at Wilmington because of my involvement with the radio. But, I worked with every single coach since 1978, and it kind of jogged my memory a little bit about tenure of certain coaches. And if I can pull up this one screenshot that I've got, brought back a lot of memories as far as coaches that I've worked with over the years. Go back to the very first coach I worked with at Wilmington was the guy that founded the program at Clinton Massey, Tony Lamke. Tony stepped in 1977, and he was the coach here for a year. Ron Wilt became the athletic director, and Ron was the head football coach for 4 years after he succeeded Jim Knowles. And so Tony was there for 1 year. He went 5-4-1. The tie was against Grove City. Scoreless tie, 0-0. That's almost unheard of these days. And then John Moore came in for a couple of years, later became a standout assistant coach with Bill Ramsire at the college. And then in 1980, Bob White came in as the head football coach. And one thing I'll say about Chuck Dowler, one of our former superintendents, he always wanted to make a splash hire. And when we had that vacancy, he was so thrilled to get Bob White in, a man that played for Woody, and he wore jersey number 33. Born in Portsmouth, his high school days, though, was primarily down in Covington, Kentucky. It was a standout for Holmes High School, and he played for Woody both ways. He played as a linebacker and also as a running back, and he was consensus All-American as a fullback and a linebacker. He was chosen the team MVP 57, 58, and 59. And his best season was in 1958, and they won the Rose Bowl, and they was also Big Ten champions. He had 12 touchdowns and over 1,700 yards in his career, and had 13 touchdowns. He was injured some his final season that he played for Woody at Ohio State. So to when he came at Wilmington, and he's the guy that hired Mike Halley to be his offensive coordinator, and Roger Ilg, who later became head football coach of the Hurricane, did an outstanding job, in my opinion, with Wilmington. He was the D coordinator for him. Bob won 2 league titles here. Some of the top players he had, if you read the article in the News Journal, he had David Nard, Mike Taylor, and Jody Ames. Jody, of course, a close friend of mine. I like Jody real well. And
I heard he knocked a lot of teeth out when he played.
yeah, good point. He could fix you up now, though,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But Mike, there was an unfortunate situation with Mike Taylor. He blew his knee out, and Jody, by default, became the starting quarterback. He was the starting quarterback the last couple of years that Bob was a head coach here at Wilmington. I mean, you talk about some pressure. Think about that. You're a sophomore, and you're anointed as a starting quarterback for this team. And this is back in the days of the real tough SCOL, going up against the likes of Miami Trace, Washington Courthouse, Circleville, exactly. Yeah, I can tell you the coaches back then. Dave Truex was at Circleville. He succeeded Larry Cook when Larry became the AD. Paul Andrus, who won a couple of league titles at Courthouse. Yeah. And then at Miami Trace, you had first Dick Hill, who took over for Fred Zeckman when Zeckman went to Ohio State to work with Earl Bruce and so forth when Art Schleister went there as quarterback. And then they also had Al Riffey. But you talk about some real battles in the SCOL. And Jim Horn was in his heyday at Wilmington, also at Hillsborough at that time. But back to Bob White. He was 83 years of age. He passed away the other day. People have asked me, you know, I talked about my situation with basketball with Norm Pearson and Mike Noska and also Art Myers, the three best coaches I think that Wilmington's had basketball-wise. When you think about football, you've got to say people like Bob White, Jim Horn, Rob Vida, and Scott Killen also did a nice job too. But you look at what Bob was able to do. He flipped things from a 1-9 season the previous year, and they went 7-3 in 1980 and was co-champions of the SCOL. With Washington Courthouse, the Blue Lions. And then his best years were, like I said, 1980, 83. They went 7-2-1, and that tie cost them being outright league champs also. And then 84, they went 5-4-1. And in his final season, after Mike got injured and Jody stepped in as quarterback, they ended up 3-7. But overall, Bob did a very nice job here. He even also coached baseball for a couple of years here at Wilmington. But thoughts and prayers for the family of Bob White. You can say this about coaches. Some coaches are good. Good coaches win games. Great coaches change a life.
True. They
Bob
teach.
White. That's right.
Yeah, they teach.
That was the thing about Bob White. I really like that man, and I'll tell you what. You hear people talk about him. I know Sean Arrington had a nice post on Facebook about him, and some other players too. Not only a good coach, but an even better person. That describes Bob White. So there's my recap on local sports.
State.
Yep.
Went to Ohio
Stand
State.
out for Woody, I'll tell you what. And to play both ways, think about that.
Yeah.
Now these days, you play either offense or defense. Yep. He played both sides of the ball.
Well, the guy from Colorado, Travis Hunter, he did it this year too. But it is very rare.
Yes, no doubt.
Very rare.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about the academic side, too. No, not just focus on sports, but we want to give a shout-out to the kids that are the young men and ladies graduating. Last night, they had the Laurel Oaks graduation at Southern State Campus. Our hats off to them. Congratulations to each and every one of them.
Southern State Campus down Hillsborough?
I believe so, yes.
Really?
Tonight, Clinton Massey has their graduation, and thank goodness we don't have that conflict that happened a few years ago when both Wilmington and Clinton Massey were having their graduations on the same night.
Yeah, somebody didn't schedule things very well.
Now, traditionally, Wilmington, and the wife's here, and she would know this because she's a grad. I think you go back to as long as I've been around here, Wilmington always had their graduation on a Friday night, the weekend of Memorial Day or the weekend preceding Memorial Day, you know, because it's always a holiday time. You want to try and get as many of the family members in that are basically out of town for whatever reason. But Clinton Massey's graduates, they'll be featured tonight. And then over the weekend, I know Fairfield-Leesburg has theirs either Saturday or Sunday. And then Wilmington's graduation is next Friday. By the way, we will have a good personal friend of mine, and I think...
you guys having them cannons there?
No, we won't even go there on that. That's silent. But Marty Bogart's going to be with us next Friday morning.
You, Bill. It's all right.
I know. Next Friday, Marty Bogart will be with us. We'll talk about him shutting down his business as it goes full circle, and he's going to shut it down. Bogart's Barbecue's been a great place for a lot of people here in Wilmington over the years, and he's busy right now with getting orders for graduation parties and so forth, and also to be his final graduation ceremony as a member of the Wilmington board. He is not seeking re-election, and I know he and Diane are getting ready to move on, as the saying goes. But
where are they moving to?
Arizona. Yeah, they're moving to Arizona. No, it's Arizona.
Arizona.
Yep. But just a great pillar in the community, and you know, he's gotten a lot of awards for the things that he's done, and deservedly so. And Marty's been a close friend of our family, and we certainly like him real well. Maybe we'll get him to bring in some food.
Hey, there you go.
I'll ask him, can you bring in some
How
food?
about some pork? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
But we got the main guest here today, and she'll be coming on right
Yeah, I told her I
after.
was going to draft her here after our next break.
She's going to come on right after the next break here, which is going to happen real quick.
She's the glue that holds the Learman family together. I go out and do all my fun things, and she's the one that raised the boys and keeps the Learman family going.
If you never had a Deanna Learman Buckeye, you're missing it. That's all I got to say. They are awesome. She sets up places and sells them. They're going to have an open house in Sabina, and I think I told that lady to give you a call. Well, no, it's not till middle of June. So I'm going to try out. But you're going to be gone, aren't you? Yeah, that's right.
She's going out to Burbank, California. Oh, my God. You get her started. But I will say this. If you want to have somebody that knows the history about movies, celebrities, and so forth, she's the gal. And she was also an extra in the movie Lost in Yonkers.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I wanted to get her down here
Don't
today.
you make Buckeyes for a celebrity out there?
Oh my gosh, yes. I hear this story all the time. I hear it all the time.
Hey, she has to listen to you talk all the time. So
Yeah.
there you go. I got you, Dean. I got your back, Dean.
Yep.
Anyhow, she'll come on, and maybe we need to figure out like a little guessing game for people that don't know who that is. So think maybe some movies or
Singers,
TVs.
yeah, and anything about Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and all that, she's right there on it. We'll be going to
The
Steubenville.
Rat Pack, baby.
Yep,
the Rat Pack.
she has an affinity with the Rat Pack.
Well,
so
that's good taste.
so I do want to say one final thing too. Boy, what a great
You'll
night.
never have one final thing.
We got
you'll be going to your grave. I think I need to say one last thing here.
Gotta mention Pete Rose, the Pete Rose night the other night. What a great evening it was.
Well, we'll
And
get into that a
oh
little
my,
later.
that was just
We're
tremendous.
We're gonna
That
get
really
into that a
was.
little later because I am curious what your. I gave my opinion on him being reinstated. I'm curious what yours will be, but not right now. When we come back, we'll be back in just a minute.
Ruler Haven is
Now
located at
this chair is yours.
1640 US Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization event or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Donuts. Getting a makeover and a name change.
It's every baker's nightmare. Buckling to the snowflake social media pressure, America's tasty glazed treats will now be known as doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Why wait for real news when you can get all the made-up news you need?
Along with the facts about Ohio's hometown theater, the Murphy.
On the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
I have tried so hard to cut back on my daily doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings intake.
Really, Steve? No one has noticed. And I mean no one.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. A major shakeup in the pharmaceutical industry as Flintstone Vitamins taken to task for tasting nothing like Fred or Wilma.
And as for Pebbles, well, she's already a fruity breakfast cereal. Why dietitians and nutritionists coast to coast are warning us to yabba dabba don't when it comes to ingesting these chalky childhood chewables.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Looking out for your health and well-being is just a sample of the kind of made-up news you can expect on the Murphy Report.
Earning the reputation as the mistrusted name in news isn't something that we take lightly.
In fact, most wouldn't take it at all.
And our efforts reflect that, with a trophy case in our lobby filled wall to wall with empty shelves.
Let the other outlets vie for trophies and your respect.
We're simply too busy making it up to care for such accolades, with a new report posted every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel.
The Murphy Report, with veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Yeah, we're on, Charlie.
Are we on?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I have this letter here. You're being sued for using the OnlyFans logo.
Okay. You guys like my shirt? Isn't that hilarious? I love it. It's funnier than that.
I like the color scheme too. Orange and black looks good.
Yep. And we got part of the person that helped build this body, Deanne Lehrman, with us.
Oh my! Oh my!
Because she is the Buckeye Queen. If you've never had Deanne Lehrman Buckeyes, you're missing it. And we just put some in the fridge over there, get them a little colder, but they are good. Jerry, where'd yours go?
I ate it.
Rick, where'd yours go?
It's gone.
Yeah.
I still got my two sitting here, so.
Oh, well, you got two. I just got one.
I was just trying to figure out how I could wrangle them down to this end, but
I just put them in the fridge over there. So Deanne, tell it now. I kind of give a little teaser before the break. Now, you just said how many pounds of Buckeyes to California?
I'm sending out 12 pounds of Buckeyes.
12 pounds of Buckeyes to California.
And 3 of them are to stars.
Okay, so you have 3 different stars, or just
Yes.
one star that's
Well, one that's already had them,
yeah?
but I had some people that ordered them from Scotland that are picking them up in Burbank.
Mic number 2. Is that on?
Yep, everything's on.
Is there 3 bars?
Let's just switch them. I'll give her that mic there. How's that?
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Oh, I gotta turn it up.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
I have to turn it back up because I turned it down because no one was using it.
All right.
Oh,
Now we're back.
So
And he got on me yesterday.
yeah, I know you did. Scotland, the people from Scotland, are they stars or are they just
No, they're fans. They're coming in, but I'm part of this one group, and so she says, "Hey, can you bring me a half a pound of white and half a pound of milk chocolate?" I
There
said,
you
"Sure."
go.
So I've got
Take those through customs?
no.
shipping them?
I'm shipping him to Steven in Vegas, and then he's gonna put them in a cooler and bring them over to Burbank, California.
Oh, okay. So that's, but what about the Scotland?
She is coming in from Scotland for this show,
Oh, okay.
so. But I've
What
got.
show are you going to?
It's called the Hollywood Show.
Okay.
This is definitely on my bucket list, and it's a dream come true, and I'm excited. And Scott's going to fly with me
Are you
from
going to meet a
Columbus.
lot of stars? Is that
Oh
the
yeah,
idea?
there's 86 different people signed up.
You're going to get lots of pictures.
Lots of pictures, spending lots of money. Unfortunately, that's why I made so many Buckeyes.
Bill's like, yeah.
It's her money. She's the finance director of the family.
I made 53 pounds of Buckeyes the week before Christmas, in 1 week, and worked my full-time job.
I believe I bought some of that.
I was
Yep.
gonna say, I think we might have bought a pound.
Maybe.
Yeah, we did.
But I had 2 people that ordered 16 pounds each.
My God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I made 53 pounds a week before Christmas, and I set that money aside for my VIP pass for the show, and I'm really glad I did because the hotel that we're staying at is completely sold out for this weekend.
Is it in L.A. or
It's
where's
in
that?
Burbank, California.
Oh, right there where all
And
studios are.
It's tell you a couple names that people might know is Priscilla Presley's going to be there.
cool.
Also George Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Ferrigno was going to be there, but something came up and he has bowed out.
Much
I heard he
to
had
Steve's,
gangrene.
much to Steve's chagrin, right?
And but they're having reunion events for shows. They've got Leave It to Beaver that's going to be there, Even Beaver, the Waltons, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and should I say why I'm going? I know he doesn't. He's tired of hearing.
Here comes that same story again.
Scarecrow and Mrs. King. We've got people coming from all over the world.
Bruce Boxlight.
Bruce Boxlight.
Bingo, he nailed it.
And Bruce is the one that
He buys your Buckeyes, right?
I give him my Buckeyes.
Oh, you give him.
So
Preferential,
Hell, she even charges Bill for Buckeyes, but gives them to Bruce
But no,
Boxlighter. What the heck?
what was funny is I saw him in Columbus a couple years ago, day before my birthday, and I said, well, I was going to bring you Buckeyes, but I wasn't sure if you would take them. And he looked at me and he says, okay, what's a Buckeye? And Jessica, that I'm friends with through this group, lives in Dayton, and she had come over. So she was in line. So we was both trying to explain what a Buckeye was. So he says, well, I tell you what, if you bring dark chocolate for my wife, Verna, she likes dark chocolate, and you bring them to Grand Rapids, which I'd already have my pass and tickets for that. So he says, you bring them to Grand Rapids and I'll take them. So Scotty and I went to Grand Rapids November a couple years. And so he looked at it and he says, they look like eyeballs. Speaking of my white ones.
chocolate.
I'm thinking, I never quite thought of them like that. So that's the going joke from our Scarecrow Mrs. King people that I'm making eyeballs. In fact, someone put a picture of the green ones that I made for Wilmington College.
Oh, there you go.
And so Kathy, that lives out in California, she said, oh, you got green eyeballs. I said, yes. But I make them in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah, you make them in heart shape.
Heart, Easter eggs. I've sold quite a few Easter eggs. Graduation caps.
Oh, that's neat.
hockey pucks. I make a lot of different. I try and keep my customers happy.
Yeah. As long as I eat, I'm happy.
There you go.
In a regular, just like the Buckeyes you brought us today,
Yes.
how many Buckeyes are in a pound, would you say?
18.
18.
There's 18 Buckeyes to a pound.
Now, you said you had 3 stars that you were making him for. So Bruce Boxleitner.
Kate Jackson.
Oh, Charlie's Angels?
Uh-huh.
Yep,
Well,
same one.
she's Mrs. King.
Oh, that's
The Scarecrow and
right.
Mrs. King.
Yeah.
And then Martha Smith. Martha was in Animal House.
Really?
Yeah. So she calls us the SP people are going to invade the Marriott. I said, yes, we are.
The SP?
SP, Scarecrow people.
Oh, Scarecrow people. You don't dress up like a scarecrow
No,
or anything?
no. But we all congregate and we can finish each other. Someone will say something from the show and we can finish the line.
You really like that show?
Oh, yeah.
Was that like a detective show or was it just a family
they were
show?
spies. She was a housewife. She took Dean to the train station because there was a chance of rain. He was a weatherman.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave his car out in the rain.
We've talked about them.
Yeah, and so I know Alyssa heard that, and so Scarecrow or Bruce Boxleitner was getting away from 2 KGB agents at the train station, and he saw her, pulled her to the side, and he says, "Just walk with me," and the rest is history. The show was on for 4 years. It was a spy show. So great show.
Do you still watch it to this day?
Absolutely, it's on Tubi, and it's also on Roku. But we have a Ultimate Scarecrow and Mrs. King page that we're all members of. That's how we all got affiliated.
Yeah.
And we Zoom once a month. We watch 2 episodes.
Then you discuss it.
And we discuss it. And
Like a book club.
well, sort of, except
club, yeah.
we're watching the episodes,
Right.
and then David Johnson, he has refurbished Amanda's car, and in fact, 2 years ago,
What kind of car is it?
it's a station wagon,
Okay.
and so he has refurbished this car, and 2 years ago he brought it up. They do a reunion get together every 5 years out in California. Well, he put this car in a semi and drove it across the country to be at the reunion. But I've made a lot of good friends, and I've met several of them. So I'm really, really, really excited.
The Dutton's train station's not a good place to go.
Oh, where's Dutton's?
Well, Dutton's, that's Yellowstone. The Dutton Ranch. Yeah, the Dutton, yeah, because if they ever talk about going to the train station on the Yellowstone,
Yeah.
that means they're going out to this desolate area and they kill them.
Well, see,
That's true. I forgot about that. That's
They
right.
carry the bodies.
So all the show was supposed to be based in Arlington, Virginia. Amanda lived in Arlington, and then everything else was in D.C. But they shot most of the stuff in California, obviously. But David Johnson and 2 other people have got this Ultimate Scarecrow and Mrs. King book, and you buy it on Amazon. But it tells the license plates. It explains where everything was shot at, and he's even sent us all a map on where all the different things is in California that we can go see.
So you're going to go do that, some of that, or not?
Well, I did talk Stephen into taking me to Amanda's house because I've never got to go to Amanda's house before. So before we go back to Vegas, we're going to go by Amanda's house.
So you flying to Vegas and then driving?
No, we're Scotty and I are flying into Burbank, and then Stephen's going to drive from Vegas to Burbank, and then on Sunday we're going to drive back to Vegas and spend a couple days, get to see his new place,
And then go home from Vegas.
and then go home from Vegas on Tuesday.
Cool.
And then the next weekend I'm going to the Dean Martin Festival. So it's a busy June.
Sounds like
And that's just up in Steubenville.
That's in Steubenville. That's 3 hours away.
You know, I'm sure I'm DJing that weekend, but that's something I would like to go to someday.
It's after last year I wasn't sure if that would be something that I would go back to because it just like it fell through the cracks.
It was an afterthought, no doubt.
Yeah.
Nobody even, some of the people in town didn't even know what was going on. I'm thinking, What is up
Yeah.
with that? You don't even know this is
But
happening?
boy, I tell you what, we've got Cindy that lives in Texas that she has spearheaded this. They're trying to raise funds to get a bronze statue at Fort Sumter of Dean Martin. And so I know at the Spot Bar they're going to have an auction to help raise funds. I bought a few things a few years ago. So they're trying to get a bronze statue. And justifiably so. Everybody, equates Steubenville with Dean Martin.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So we always go to Naples, which is an Italian restaurant that Dean frequented when he was in town. So
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yep. Of course, she's a big fan of the Rat Pack.
Yes, I am a big fan of the Rat Pack.
I saw an interview the other day. It was kind of funny. It was one of those old roasts. Remember they used to have those roasts?
They're still good.
And no, I'm talking about, well,
The roasts are still good. The Dean Martin roasts?
yeah. Well, this was Don Rickles,
Yep.
and he was roasting Frank Sinatra. You remember Rickles always give him hell about being tied to the mafia and all that. Don Rickles, if you've never seen Don Rickles, folks, you got to watch some Don Rickles sometime. He's a hoot, isn't he?
In 1988, Dean and Frank and Sammy was supposed to have a concert down in Cincinnati. And so I was all excited. I thought, finally, I'm going to get to see him in a concert. Well, a couple months before, Dean backed out. It was still a great concert, but I was very disappointed because I did.
Frank Sinatra though live.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And Sammy Davis Jr. and Liza Minnelli.
Wow.
I could leave the Liza. She doesn't do anything for me.
All right.
But yeah,
Still, Frank Sinatra.
So
Well,
if you get in my car, you'll hear Sinatra or Martin.
I wonder if, and maybe you remember this, but there was a time there where Buddy Rich was the drummer for the band. Was he playing for Frank then?
No.
No?
No. This was 1988.
Yeah. Buddy, I got to see Buddy Rich.
Oh, did you?
At Jilly's in Dayton, of all places.
So, but they're, going back to my trip to California, they're going to have Wilson Phillips that's going to be there. And so there's going to be Tony Basil that did Mickey Year so far. She's going to be there, but it's not only movie stars.
It's like a Comic-Con type thing.
Except it's with stars, and they do this once every they do it 3 times a year. So this is definitely off of my bucket list.
I went to a Comic-Con here 2 or 3 months ago down in Nashville.
Yep.
And Chevy Chase was there, and a lot of younger stars. But it was more from the wasn't really horror side, but there were some horror type stars there. All right, it's time to take a break. We'll get back and we'll talk maybe a little more Buckeyes and where you can get Buckeyes. But if you want to get them, you need to call her soon because she's getting ready to go venturing out.
A young couple, creatively challenged, turned away from a popular rock band's long-awaited concert.
And all because they couldn't imagine dragons.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Heart-wrenching stories just like these,
As well as others, like my bunny being stuck in a tree,
are just a sample of the made-up news you can count on from us on The Murphy Report. Every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Amanda, did I ever tell you I was in a band?
Oh, no. Steve, what was the name of the band?
Well, it was actually a tribute band, and we were a tribute band to a tribute band, which happened to be a tribute band to a band named Tribute.
Well, that sounds like it's ripe for confusion.
Oh, after 7 months on the road and no showers, we were ripe all right. Almost as ripe as your feet.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us. He's the Howard Sprague of his community, a leader of several groups, living with his parents and dating one of the most eligible professional women in town.
But he's in no hurry to settle down and put that ring on her finger. The wait is maddening.
If they both weren't so darn adorable. Could it be nerves?
Or just enjoying the bachelor life a wee bit too much.
America's Couple sits down for an in-depth interview to share how they keep their relationship so fresh while keeping such a safe distance from one another. On The Murphy Report.
I know I can't wait.
But evidently they both can. The Murphy Report with veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
With a new report posted on our Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel every Monday morning.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Tell everybody that
Spain.
when you come back
I've been
home.
to Spain a couple
Game
times.
on, play the game tonight. Can you tell me if it's wrong or right? That'll be one of the games we play. It's called the list, I think, right? So what's called the list?
Top 8.
Top 8, which is a list. Just so you know. Yeah. So it should be fun. But again, we're just waiting to get on the Raisin Bran, the fiber. You know, as soon as we get fiber, we'll be good. But until then, it's just kind of on hold. What's this say? Ron Rennell's Rickles is freaking ruthlessly. Oh, Rickles is freaking ruthlessly hilarious.
He is
Yeah,
funny.
Don Rickles is just awful. But a lot of those guys from back in the day, they could never make it today. You talk about Rickles, you talk about
All the demons.
you talk about Richard Pryor. Remember Foster Brooks?
Oh, yes.
Oh gosh,
Oh.
yes, yeah.
I still laugh when I see him.
Foster Brooks
Yeah.
was crazy. I mean,
But that was clean. That was clean humor.
well,
Well, you didn't hear all the f bombs.
No,
all
yeah,
the
that part was
I mean, the
clean,
thing
yeah.
of it is, yeah, there was innuendos,
yes.
but the thing of it is, you don't have to be funny to use.
That's what I
Curse
like
words.
about the 80s rap. If you go back and listen to 80s rap, they're not throwing all the cuss words around. They're saying the exact same stuff that they're saying today without the cuss words, but so much of it is hilarious. I mean, you listen to it, you're just like, oh my gosh. There's a rap song, Bill, you should listen since you're in education. It's called The Principal's Office.
Oh my, that would fit.
by,
What? Yeah.
by a young MC. This cat gets thrown to the principal's office like 4 or 5 times in one day, and that's what the song goes by. And it's just hilarious. That's all. Rat Pack humor is still the best.
I agree.
Yes. Well, and all that mafioso type humor too with Sinatra. That was, man, he could never live that down.
Well, you know that everyone thought that Dean was a big drinker, but he was not actually a big drinker. If you would go up there and get his glass, it was apple juice.
Huh.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I always wondered
Sure,
about
he
Foster
did drink.
Brooks.
Oh, no, he wouldn't be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
You know,
Foster Brooks.
it was just it was all an act.
We say shtick.
A shtick.
Well,
Yeah.
Dean
Yeah.
Martin, he's funny because one of his songs on one of his albums, he says, "Can we get this done today? I gotta go get a tattoo at 2:00."
But the thing of it is he would be out late and then he would be up in the early in the morning because he wanted to get out to the golf course.
Yeah,
And he was a very good golfer.
those were. I tell you what, I think I grew up in some of the best days.
Yes.
because you had lots of good shows. You had All in the Family. You had MASH. You had Andy Griffith. You had Gomer Pyle. I mean, just there's a lot of good, clean stuff. But some of it you couldn't watch today because of the racism
Yes.
part of it.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
Because everybody's so thin-skinned about stuff. But it was funny because back then people didn't care. They just gave it back. Like, George Jefferson with Archie Bunker. George just gave it right back to him. You call me this, I'm going to call you a honky. Or whatever, it's just fun.
I guess you could say that I have an old soul because
Yeah.
I love old movies, old music.
Yep.
So I do like
Old
some-
man. No.
Yeah, I did marry.
Yep.
Well, in fact, you guys were talking about graduation, and we got married 2 years to the day that I graduated high school. So May 23rd, which is graduation this year, it will be our 44th anniversary. Next
She
Friday.
deserves the medal, that's for
I
sure.
was going to
Yeah.
say, you're a saint, Dean. You're a saint.
Putting up with this. Yeah.
Happy Days. That's another good one, Ron Rennell's.
Yeah, I liked Happy Days.
Yeah,
That was
Happy
good.
Days was
Yep.
good,
Happy
yeah.
Days, a good show.
Mort and Mindy.
Good
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just some of those are just,
TV Land is great. TV Land is great.
You talk about Happy Days. The year before,
Red Fox, yeah.
yeah, the year
Sanford and
before Scarecrow and Mrs. King,
Yeah.
Bruce was in a show called Bring 'Em Back Alive.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it got booted out because it couldn't get the top ratings because it competed with Happy Days.
Oh.
So Warner Brothers said, just stick around, we'll find you something. And then he went in and auditioned. And he didn't think that he was going to do such a good job, and he walked out the wrong door on the roof of the studio, and the door shut. And he couldn't get off. So he had to call down to security. Hey, can you let me off?
That sounds like something I'd do.
Yeah, that's fun.
But you know, the thing of it is, and even Bill has talked to him. He is just the nicest person.
Very down to earth, yeah.
And he asked Bill, he says, well, was she excited to see me? And this was the first time that I'd seen him.
Oh, gosh,
Was you excited
Elated.
to see me? And he says, well, I get up before she does, but today she was up before me. And he says, well, remember, a happy wife is a happy life. He says, I had two that wasn't so happy. He was married to Melissa Gilbert for 17 years.
Really?
Your Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
So he was married to Melissa Gilbert for 17 years, and then Kitty Holcomb for about 10 years.
You need to come down here when they have trivia night. You would be a hit. Now, for me, it'd have to be sports, but for you, movies, music, celebrities.
Well, speaking of games,
Yeah.
we're going to play some games here in just a minute or two. So there you go. You get to play our games today.
Oh, hot diggity.
Yeah, they're fun. Rick loves them.
America Graffiti, good one.
And that's George Lucas. It was his birthday yesterday. As a Star Wars guy.
Isn't he from the Cincinnati area?
George Lucas? I don't know.
think so.
He might be. I know we talked about somebody yesterday that was from
There's
Zanesville.
a lot of famous people from Ohio. And
Right.
Well, you know Doris Day was from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And Vera Allen was from Cincinnati.
B. Arthur's Dayton, wasn't
Yeah.
she?
And then, There's quite a few.
There are. It's about time to take another break, so we'll take another break. And when we come back, we're going to do the local birthdays, celebrity birthdays, and I think I got a chain connection today. There you go. So we can get 2 on 2.
some type of an affliction, Charlie?
We could do a 2 on 2 today.
All right.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Who says living with labels is a bad thing? Especially bright, easy-to-read labels with a large font.
when one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Yeah, not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Talking little Comic-Cons here, folks. and that's kind of what DA is going to the Hollywood thing, and I want to see plenty of pictures.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
make sure,
I've already
make sure
got.
you post plenty of pictures.
I've got. The nice thing is, even though that we're from all over the world that's coming to this, we are all on the site, and so we have somebody that's coordinating. You know, because like the group picture for Scarecrow and Mrs. King is $250.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we have somebody that says, hey, are you interested in, because you can put 4 people per picture. So you can divide the, you know, instead of 250, divide it by 4. It's a lot more cost effective.
Right. There
So-
you go.
So it's definitely cost effective to do
Take
it
a
that way.
picture, a selfie with our marquee out
For
front.
free.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and the kicker is, you know, I bought some I already bought pictures, you know, with Kate and Bruce, not knowing that they was going to actually do group pictures.
Yeah, well,
And
I tell
so-
you, another thing too, if it's like a true Comic-Con, a lot of times they'll have a question and answer period, and you can get good pictures.
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because they came on the site and said, well, I've got a surprise who got VIP packages.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I immediately sent a message. And then later that day, David put on the site, he says, well, we're going to have a special panel discussion, but it's only has 200 seats.
It's just VIP.
And it's VIP and anybody that bought the group photo. So I'm sure that because I did buy a
You
VIP,
did both. Yeah.
and so you know, I'm guaranteed a seat. So I'm excited about that, and that's only for 200 of us.
Now down in Nashville, it's kind of funny because what they did was, if you're a VIP, you got to sit in the first 2 or 3 rows.
Well,
up until about 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, anybody could go up there. And sit.
they said that the VIPs and the picture, we can get in line 30 minutes before, and they're going to have some standing room only, and they can get in line 10 minutes before
Yeah.
the event. So, but I don't think that they said that we're taking over the Marriott because it is completely sold out, and they've had to get another hotel.
Good.
So.
All right, well, we got some local birthdays today. Jennifer Michael, her birthday today. John P. Rary, Baron Von Rary, it's his birthday today. Lynn Stratford, Jennifer Jennifer Terrell. Brian Held, Brandy Irene Nichols, Justin Hester, and Chris Custis birthdays today. Bill, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I had Chris on there, and also Brad Hayes, of course, Brad with the Cava House, and also with the Brain Cramp. Southridge Brewing, that's going to be opening soon. Happy birthday to him. And let me see, Joey Bush, one of Mark's son, Joey Bush, happy birthday. Haley Feaster, one of our neighbors, she has a birthday today. So
She
those
likes
are the ones
my
I have.
Buckeyes.
She likes your Buckeyes too. Yep.
What about you, Deanne? Do you have anybody you want to add?
He already took
He got
mine.
them
He
all?
took my thunder.
He
Sorry.
stole your thunder.
Yeah,
But
didn't
I will say, talk about birthdays, and I think his birthday is on Memorial Day, and I just want to wish a happy birthday to him on the 27th.
67
7 years old.
Thank you. Yep.
He got me for his birthday because we got married on the 23rd. So I said, well, we're on our honeymoon. You got me from.
I don't know how you don't weigh 500 pounds if she cooks everything else like the Buckeyes.
Just gotta watch what I eat, right? Yep.
I do.
Well, you know, I had
I'll
to
watch it
marry.
right there.
I had to marry somebody that likes sports. We all know that, so that's the nice thing about it. She does like basketball and
good.
and football and baseball, and she's been my my techie person, as I said before, and also she's my Uber driver because she gets me where I need to go. I do have a tendency sometimes to kind of go the wrong direction. She
Are
doesn't
you related
need.
to Joe Davis?
Waze helps me, but she's the one. We didn't need an atlas. She knows how to get there.
Joe
But she's my
Davis.
pilot. She navigates.
Bill Lehrman.
Our first date was a Bengals game. On our honeymoon, we went to a Reds game.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
So what's that tell you?
Yeah.
Almost 44 years later.
Yep.
So when you gonna take her on a real honeymoon? Take her on a cruise, brother.
Well,
I
we're
will-
thinking
he
about
doesn't
that
want
once we get to the big 50. You know, if we can survive a few more years, 15.
Oh, just take her on a cruise.
Yeah.
Hey, if you do decide to do that, let me know because I have a former student's a travel agent. And
Oh, great. Okay.
We've taken 2 cruises, and for both of us, You know, all the food, drink, whatever, tips, everything. It was like for both of us, not each, $2,500.
Wow.
There you go.
Hey, well, I'm
Write it
ready.
down.
Whenever
Okay.
you're ready, I'm ready.
Let me know. Seriously.
Write it down.
Seriously, she's out of Columbus, real nice girl. I've went on 2 cruises with her. And I'll go on another one too, because that's the best way to travel. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you're just spoiled. You know, you feel like a king. You shake your head all you want there, Cavalier. It's great. It's great. You know, treat you like a king. Shows
I am
every
so
night,
used to
food.
working, Charlie. I think that's the biggest thing. It would be
Well, you
tough
need a
to
break.
just not. Yeah.
Well, in fact,
Tell you.
he's staying at home because he wants to work while I go to California.
They know about what my travel thing is like, my itinerary. The week you're gone, I'll be in
Work, work,
Chillicothe Monday, Washington Courthouse Tuesday, Hillsboro on Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday and Saturday. Yes, 6 days that week. Friday and Saturday, I will be at Washington Courthouse.
So you're not going to be here that Friday?
That is true. I'm glad you brought that up. They drafted me into working, so I may have to bow out on June the 6th.
Karen Lawwell, how you doing? All right, so here we go. The first one was actually on my friend's list, but he's a celebrity. And Yano Anaya. And he is Grover Dill, the little bully in the Christmas Story.
Oh,
Grover Dill. How old is Grover Yano?
I'm going to let her make these guesses. Remember, I said that all the time. I wish Deanna was here. Well, here's your
There
chance.
you go.
he was in A Christmas Story.
The little boy, you know, he helped the redhead fight. You know, he was his little sidekick.
I'd say that he is 53.
Ding, 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 ding. 53.
Are you kidding me?
You got it. All right, well, these should
Are
get.
you serious?
Yeah. This should get easier then for you. Here we go. Pierce Brosnan.
Oh,
Little
Bond. James Bond.
James Bond.
007.
Yep.
He is 74.
74 is high.
71.
72, Jerry. Yeah.
72?
Yep, 72.
You were in the neighborhood.
I was in
Yeah,
that
you were in the neighborhood. Yeah, what we guessed then was give everybody else a chance, and if they screw it up, you get
Okay.
another guess.
Oh, I got to be quiet now? Okay.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, just after you guess. Rick Morton's, I don't know, he's ate too many cookies today. or
Hi,
something.
Rick.
All right, Janet Jackson.
59.
Ding, 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 ding. 59. How did Jerry know that? Just an interesting little factoid here. I actually met LaToya Jackson. You guys like, who's LaToya Jackson? Now, Megan Fox. Actress, model.
Oh, I know who she is. I was waiting for him to talk.
42? Lower. You can guess now anytime.
Oh,
Yeah, go
okay.
ahead.
So I would say that she's 40,
Just a little bit high.
39.
39. There you go. He goes the opposite way.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I was not zeroed in on one day. I went the wrong
Each
direction.
time he went
Yeah.
the wrong way.
What'd you say?
Now, if you ask him about somebody who's sports related, he's all over
Well,
that.
I got a special sports question just for Bill.
Boy, this would be good.
Uh-oh.
Danny Trejo. Rick, how you doing, Rick? Danny Trejo. You know who Danny Trejo is? The rough-looking Indian guy.
No.
Plays in all the movies. He's older.
75?
Older.
83.
Older than 75.
80.
83.
80.
80 is just a little bit low.
I want
84.
83.
83 is too high.
82.
82?
81.
Thank you. 81. I said 80, or just a little low. Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling?
Yes, Vicky, you got it right.
90210.
Hey, Angie Shelley. Angie Shelley.
She's probably pretty old now.
Well, she's probably 45,
She's older than 45.
49.
Older than 49. Now let somebody else go.
53.
53 is just a little bit high.
52.
All right.
There you go, Bill.
Bill slid in. Got it right there. Tucker Carlson.
Oh my. Let's see. He was in Clinton County not too long ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
For Bernie. Yep.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
He's
Mr.
younger,
Bowtie.
he's younger than me.
Mr. Bowtie.
58.
Lower than 58.
55.
55.
55 is just a little
53?
low.
Oh, 6.
56.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Here, Bill, there's a sportsman for you.
Okay.
Gabrielle Sabatini, tennis player.
Is she the black girl?
No, she has black hair.
I thought she was the
Brunette.
American.
We in the 40s, perhaps? I'm not sure.
Higher than 40.
She's playing tennis?
She was. Yeah, she's retired. She's
47?
famous. Higher than 47. She was a famous. I can't believe you don't know who she is because she was.
He's
she's
not.
up,
He's not
she's
into
up
tennis.
your alley.
About 57.
57 is high, but not by much.
6.
55.
55. There you go. 55. All right. Deborah Winger, officer and a gentleman.
Legal Eagles.
Yep.
I'd say she's 59.
Oh, higher.
63.
Higher.
Whoa.
Really?
Yep.
She wears it well.
Landmark year.
67.
Who else gonna guess?
65.
It's higher than 67.
Landmark?
69.
71.
70.
71 is just a little
It's
high.
high.
Must be
70.
70 then.
70. There you go.
Wow.
All right, this last guy, I might have to tell you who he is, but you then after I tell you, you may know who it is. Adam Richmond.
I know the name.
He is on the Food Network. He's the guy that takes all the. He was the first guy who did all the food challenges around the country. You know, like you got to eat
Like
like a 2
Bobby
pound
Flay?
hamburger. No, like a 2 pound hamburger in 20 minutes. That type of guy. He has his own show, but he ended up. He kind of
it's not like Guy Fieri. That type of guy.
Well, he's not. He just goes and eats.
Oh.
He goes to all these places around
What's
the
his name?
country. Adam Richmond.
think I know who he is.
And he does all these food challenges. You know, like you got to eat this in a certain time.
Pie eating contest.
Yeah,
hot
stuff.
dog eating contest.
Yeah,
or-
well, but it's more like restaurants having a certain thing that you got to
55.
finish in an hour. 55 is high.
Oh.
53.
53 is high.
48.
Is low. 53, 48. You got
50, I'll say 50.
50 is just a little bit low.
That'd be 41 or 51.
51. There you go.
Yep.
51. All right. Now, we play a little game. You ever see the game show Chain Connection? You probably don't because you work there.
I work during the day. Sorry.
So here's the way it works.
Okay.
Like, let's say if I said mountain, then the next word starts with D. So what would be a word that goes with mountain that starts with D?
Mountain tea.
D.
Tea. Mountain top.
Mountain.
Like Mountain Dew.
Yeah, like Mountain Dew. See how it goes
No
together.
one cares about mountain.
All right, so now you get your choice here. Do you want to take your husband as your partner, or do you want to take Rick or Jerry as your partner?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. What kind of questions are we talking
Well,
about?
just it's that way I just explained it. You're gonna go.
It's not.
I'm
It's
gonna
not.
give you- I'm gonna give you a word.
It's not sports related.
No, I'm gonna give you a
First
word.
and
The first letter is the next word. You gotta
gotta
figure out
listen.
what. it is.
Yeah, I'll take Bill. I've taken him for 44 years. I'll
There
take
you
him
go.
one more time.
Oh boy,
She took him like he was the booby prize. Did you
right.
catch that?
No.
All right, so here we go. So Jerry Bear, I'll give you your choice. You want to go first or pick your column?
Let's go first.
Okay.
Rick wants
so
to go first.
Bill, you get to pick the column, A or B.
D-E-A. We'll go with A. Yeah.
All right. So, and Jerry's going first with column B. All right, here we go. Glee C.
Glee Club.
Oh,
Glee
you don't
Club.
want to say anything
Oh.
while it's turn.
Yeah, don't be like Bill. That's what I do sometimes.
Bill did that. It was
No,
funny.
Bill doesn't.
He
Bill
said the
doesn't.
wrong answer.
He doesn't
Throw
tell
him
me
off
the right
track,
answer.
to throw him off track. Yeah.
Club S.
Club F.
S.
S.
Man, you got to get some hearing aids. Club S. Snake. Club S. put you on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And all right, so here we go. You guys ready? Now it's your turn. All right. Record B.
Breaker.
Record breaker, right. Breaking. We're going to say breaking. Okay, breaking in.
Breaking in where?
Breaking in. Like
Breaking
Nancy.
news.
Breaking news, that's right. News P. Easy.
Newspaper.
Newspaper, there you go. All right.
You've helped today so far. Yeah.
Oh, smack
Hey,
it.
she's good luck. She's good luck. Yeah.
Paper N.
Paper in.
N. Like Nancy again. Paper N.
I hear the clock.
Yeah, it's getting ready to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here you go. Club for Rick and Jerry. Club SO.
Club S-O.
Yeah, this is easy, guys. I got this one right away when I did this one. Club SO.
Club Social Club.
Club soda?
Yeah.
Club soda,
soda.
yeah, right. Soda W.
Water. Water.
Soda water is right. Now this one was a little hard for me,
Oh,
just
here
so
we
you know.
go.
But I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense, but it took me several letters to get it. Water A.
Aquifer.
That's actually a better guess than what's written down, but yeah. Water A.
Water A.
Then when I give you the second letter, that's not going to help you any.
Oh, thanks.
Water A.
Yep.
No clue.
Aquarium, water,
5,
water.
4, 3.
Where's my help from the audience?
So you're not getting any help today, too.
No, they're all quiet.
1. Hey, Dean. All right, here we go. Back to the Learman crew.
Okay.
Paper N-A.
No ideas?
Paper Nation. That's
Paper
it.
Nation.
Paper.
There should be a rabbit hole somewhere close to this.
I feel like I want to give them a hint. If I give them a hint,
You gave a letter, Charlie. Stop it.
should I give them a hint?
All right, give a hint.
Then I'll give you guys maybe a hint.
Oh, thanks.
All right. What? Let's see. Paper N-A. There's probably, wow, there's probably a couple thousand of them in here. A lot of them are put up.
No,
Paper napkin.
That's what I was going to say, actually.
Oh,
when
sure, Bill.
Paper napkin.
I looked up there on the counter and I thought, okay, napkin's about the only thing I could think of.
And that's right, napkin.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay. Well, blind luck.
Napkin or
Oh, me again?
it's your turn.
Napkin or
Napkin
Is it
or
something they put on napkins in order to keep them folded?
shut up.
Rapper. No, that starts with a W.
No, that's a W.
Ring. Napkin
Ring.
Ring.
You're not the evil emperor
I'm the
today.
evil emperor.
You're playing on your own team.
Well, Jerry's not holding his hand up.
Are you going with that?
Sure.
Well, of
Napkin
course.
ring?
It's the logical answer.
Yes, it is. And you ain't what that mean they're gonna get it. Ring. Now don't say anything. Ring. Huh?
Ring F.
That's what it is. Ring F.
I know what the word is. It's the obvious choice.
Some of these things I'm just clueless on.
Drawing a blank?
We'll give him the clock.
I'm going to give Charlie a hint
Five.
here in just a second.
4, 3,
Finger.
ring finger. There you go.
Well,
And
good job.
The Learmans are the
I was going
winners.
to give him the finger, but
All right, well, now let's help out Jerry and Rick
Did they
finish
win?
theirs. They won.
congrats.
All right.
Well, how
Water,
about that?
Water AE. That's what I mean. This is a tough one.
Water,
Yeah, Water AE. I was the same way when I did it. Water AER.
Aerator?
Nope.
AER.
That's BAI.
I know what it is.
You can say it. You
Yeah.
can say it
You're
because you're helping.
Water aerobatics. That was.
Aerobics?
Aerobics. Water aerobics. Yeah,
There you
that was a toughie.
Easy for you to say, Deanna.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I keep Bill around.
That one sucked, Charlie.
I told you, it was hard. Aerobics C.
Aerobics C.
Yep. This one's easy compared to aerobics. Getting that. Aerobics C.
Who answers?
Anybody can, because
Yeah.
you guys already won. We're just trying to help them out.
Trying to think.
We're just trying to figure out.
Jerry and I are
Cardio?
just waiting for
Aerobics
handout.
cardio, good guess, but no, that's not it. Aerobics C. Aerobics CL.
Class.
Aerobics class, there you
Yeah,
go.
Rick had it.
Class D.
Dummy.
Perfect for this time of year.
Class D.
Class D.
Detention?
Nope.
Dismissed.
Dismissed. There you go. Class dismissed. And on that note, we'll take a break. And then I've got a special list. Everybody can play, but I got this one out especially for Mr. Bill Learman.
Okay.
We're going to test the sports authority.
No, I don't know about that. All right. Then
We'll be back.
After that, we'll have to take off.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
A major shakeup in the pharmaceutical industry as Flintstone vitamins taken to task for tasting nothing like Fred or Wilma.
And as for Pebbles, well, she's already a fruity breakfast cereal. Why dietitians and nutritionists coast to coast are warning us to yabba dabba don't when it comes to ingesting these chalky childhood chewables.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Looking out for your health and well-being is just a sample of the kind of made-up news you can expect on The Murphy Report.
Earning the reputation as the mistrusted name in news isn't something that we take lightly.
In fact, most wouldn't take it at all.
And our efforts reflect that, with a trophy case in our lobby filled wall to wall with empty shelves.
Let the other outlets vie for trophies and your respect.
We're simply too busy making it up to care for such accolades, with a new report posted every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel.
The Murphy Report, with veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Let's get personal. Let's get personal. I got half a buckeye in my mouth too. Sundays, fun days, 5 to 8.
It has its advantages of me coming over, huh?
Oh, well, yeah, I've been trying to get him to get you here for the last month. And then he brings crackers one day.
Hey, nothing wrong with Ritz crackers.
we want
Everything
Buckeye.
goes better with Ritz. I know, that's the only thing. I should have got a cheese tray.
He brought damn
Yeah.
crackers. We want Buckeyes. Yeah.
Come on.
All right, Bill Learman.
Or Doritos. Yep. Okay, I'm listening.
Hey, there's crackers with chili. Right. That's why.
I don't know how well you'll do at this,
Okay.
but I thought it was interesting. Who are the 8 best undrafted players in NFL history? And to help you, I will give you initials of some, and we'll work through them. Sound good?
Okay.
All right,
It's
first one,
really a bad.
KW, quarterback. KW.
KW.
Yeah, undrafted. These are all undrafted. Anybody can guess.
KW?
Yep, you know who he is. There was even a movie made about him. Used to work in the supermarket.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, there you go. All right, let me give you another one. WM. Used to be a big star in the Canadian Football League.
Warren Moon.
There you go.
Doing good, Bill.
AG. He was also a really good basketball player.
Bill was?
No.
No. That's why I tried
AG.
broadcasting and writing.
I think he was San Diego
No.
Charger. AG.
AG.
Basketball player.
What's his name?
AG.
Adrian Austin.
Antonio.
Arlo Guthrie.
Antonio
Antonio.
Gates.
Oh, okay.
Antonio Gates.
All right, gotcha.
Somebody did put one
tried to
on
help
there.
you.
Wells Welker.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Vicky Kendall.
Yeah.
Google's great.
AV. Kicker.
Adam Vinatieri.
There you go. You're doing good.
So far.
PH. Running back. Kansas City.
EH?
PH.
Oh, PH.
First name's a little weird.
Piccolo. Praying? Mantis? Praying mantis? Sounds
I'm
like.
trying to give you a hint for the first word.
I'm looking, yeah.
Well, he looks like he's praying to me. It's probably we're praying for
And
some new game.
it's right up your alley, too.
Priest.
Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good hint.
Last, that was one, 2 left. Pittsburgh Steelers, JH.
Steven would know this.
Oh my gosh, yes, isn't that the truth?
Second word.
Hair?
Harris.
Oh, Harrison?
Harrison, there you go. What's the first name?
Starts with what?
J.
Justin?
James.
Joplin?
James Harrison.
James Harrison, okay.
Last one. This guy always had evil eye black underneath. I mean, it looked like it was like weird. It was like
Maybe
big
I should wear
here
some eye
and
black.
went down here. Minnesota Vikings lineman
That would be very intimidating.
J.R.
J.R.
Minnesota Vikings, mean, big lineman, undrafted.
He was undrafted?
All these are undrafted. Best NFL players undrafted. 8 of them.
Sounds like.
We use one every day, all of us. We go to the
John.
There you go. Dan, I think, like,
okay.
used to be a factory here in town.
Melicron.
Starts with an R.
Randall.
John Randall.
John Randall.
Remember
Okay,
him?
yeah, right.
Man, he was a mean-looking guy.
First when you said that, I was thinking Junior Seau, but no, it wouldn't have been him,
He was
no.
probably drafted.
Yeah, he probably was.
All right, well, it's time to take a break, and we're going to bid the Learmans adieu. They've got to go to Xenia.
Yep,
Is
we're
that
heading
right?
to
That's
Xenia.
correct.
Xenia.
Take him out and get a picture.
So I want to say thank you for having
No,
me,
thank you for bringing the Buckeyes.
and I'll report in when I come back from California.
Are you leaving the Buckeyes, or are you taking the Buckeyes?
I'm going to leave you the Buckeyes,
All right.
but you got to share.
Oh, they're right there.
So
They're open for
But-
everybody. You got to take one before you go.
if anybody wants to order,
I'm not as good as Vanna.
Send me a message. Charlie knows how to get a hold of me.
Yep, she's on Facebook too, Deanna
So-
Learman.
Deanna's Delectables.
Deanna, ooh.
So, and
You talking about just Buckeyes, or is there
I-
something else?
Well, no, I also, I just want to say they've been around the world. So I've got someone from California that's coming to California that's coming in from Scotland. So I've had them go to Australia and Scotland and Spain. I've been to Spain a couple times.
That's wild.
Se habla
And the
español?
Netherlands. So,
Se habla español?
no español. Parlez-vous français?
Well, there you go.
So,
There you
but
go.
thank you. I will report back when I get back and tell
Bring
you who
some
I saw.
pictures.
I will bring
Some
pictures.
pictures, yeah.
Yeah, I want to delete a bunch of pictures that I have on my phone now because there's something that
Yeah.
got to make room for all
Well,
the pictures I'm going to
and
take.
you might want to be careful what pictures you do have on your phone. We've had some people steal some pictures this week.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
So be careful about that.
You'll have to let me know when you go off the air.
We will. We'll be back.
Thank
You might want to think twice before putting
told you
forth
about
any
that.
effort
Tim
in
Woods
improving your
face.
station in life. Why, being all it's cracked up to be turns out not to be all it's cracked up to be.
Just ask the Liberty Bell.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up news you didn't know you needed to know, including all the latest real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in Wilmington, Ohio.
With the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a new news report every Monday morning.
On a somewhat related note, Amanda, in my youth, I was once referred to as all that and a bag of chips.
I imagine nowadays you're referred to as all that and an extra large bag of chips. Fried in lard.
Absolutely. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. Nursery rhyme historians uncover the truth about Jack and Jill.
there was no hill to climb, and new clues cast doubt on there ever being a pail. What could be next? The tortoise and the hare living together?
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. The nursery rhymes may be made up, but the only thing made up here is the news.
That's right, Steve. On the Murphy Report. With a new report every week beginning Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Hard-hitting, cutting edge, and a third less fulfilling.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
A combined 415 years in the news business.
It's made up news you can count on to get you through your day.
And put you to sleep at night, just like me with my warm milk and cookies, and a plethora of heart-related medications.
Plus all the real news on what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
That's on the Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
City Council surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Ah, close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
And we're back, and we are Learman-less right now, but I think the Evil Emperor's coming over. So we'll end the show with us three, the three amigos. Just curious, if we ever got in trouble, would you guys come bail us out? You think they would?
I doubt it.
Remember, don't forget to help out Chris Robinson.
Karen may come and bail out Jerry.
Karen get Jerry.
Yeah.
My wife say, let him rot. Keep him in jail. All right, some other stuff coming up. Tonight, if we have it, they keep calling for bad weather, but I think it's staying south. I don't know. I hate weather forecasters because they've ruined so many events. Because, we're going to have this severe weather day. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Then nothing happens. It's 80 and sunshine. So, but anyhow, be on the lookout. There could be some severe weather lately, and it is Ohio, so the weather can change at any time.
Ohio?
Is that one on or off?
Tonight.
Up there.
Is what on?
That mic up there.
Up where?
Have you got it turned on up there or turned off up there?
Yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's why I asked.
You got one bar. Well, you could switch it out.
All right. They're worried about their mics. Tonight we are doing a cruise in 4 to 8 over at Washington Courthouse over Junkyard Junkies. It's a brand new place. It is right between the Roller Haven and the bowling alley. So we'll be there.
There's
They
three
have the
bars.
food truck.
I'll go
and,
turn on this one.
We'll see what happens. If the weather goes bad, if it's raining, they'll obviously cancel. Tomorrow we have the Sports Card Show out here at the Clinton County Fairgrounds.
They're all on.
Oh, okay.
It's about it starts at 10. It goes 10 to 3, I believe.
Stereo, Jerry.
There you go.
But we'll be out there earlier. I'll be out there with some different stuff this time. So if you guys are bored, come on out. Sit and shoot the bull for a little while.
I got so much stuff to get done. I can't come forward.
I'm just telling you. I'm just throwing out the invitation. You know what I mean? Friends bail you out. I thank you, Ron. Appreciate that. Real friends are in jail with you. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
And if Ron's involved, that means we're probably in jail together. Okay. On the agenda next week, we were supposed to have Chris Newport Monday, but he just canceled on us.
And we
this
still
morning.
haven't found out whether Tay's going to make it.
Tay may be here, so
Well, I'll see her Sunday night. So we'll see.
Monday just opened up. I might be able to get somebody for Monday. Mm-hmm. I got the guy that's coming in June, Frankie Wolf. He may come. I could see if he could come Monday.
Michelle Tebow is watching.
All right.
Oh, good.
Hey, Michelle.
Good.
Michelle, I hope you're feeling better.
You missed the games, Michelle.
Clinton Becker will be back Tuesday, because that's his regularly scheduled slot. And then Wednesday, we have Spina Mayor Danielle Johnson. Thursday, we got the Fayette County crew coming in. And then next Friday, we got Marty Bogard. Now, on the 25th, Memorial Day, we're going to take that day off.
Right.
No show.
No show on Memorial Day.
No show Jones on Memorial Day.
We'll be eating chicken.
Now, we're pretty wide open the rest of the week here. I do have a great guest coming in, though, right now, the 2nd, but I may try to see if I can move him up to the 19th if he'll come in, because I'm kind of excited to talk to him. He's a huge Beatles fan. He just went to Liverpool on his own, and he just got a liver transplant.
He went to Liverpool to get a liver transplant?
No, he already had the liver transplant, but he went to Liverpool just to check out all the Beatles stuff again.
Oh, okay.
He's been over 2 or 3 times. He is probably the Wilmington, Clinton County resident historian on Beatles. On the Beatles.
I didn't know we had one.
Yeah, we do, and it's Frankie Wolf. Frankie is he is very knowledgeable about it. Plus, he has some eye-opening things to say about his liver transplant too.
Oh, okay.
So he wants to kind of inform people it's not all what you think. You know, a lot of people think, oh, they're just heavy drinker. That's not necessarily the truth.
Oh no,
It can be fatty liver. It can be all kinds of stuff.
Fatty liver?
Yes.
A fatty liver.
Yep. Fatty liver can cause it as well. All right. So that's what's on the agenda coming up. We have the New Holland car show next Saturday. The Church of Christ Christian Union at my church car show. That's the 25th. So hopefully the weather will straighten out and be okay next week. And as always, Tuesdays are Chubbies and Thursdays is pizza and cream.
Well, at least the rotation is back normal now instead of being counterclockwise. It's
Yeah, as far as the weather. Yeah, the
Yeah.
weather is coming in from the southwest to the northeast, but it's this storm coming in today. Just me looking at it on radar, seems like it's staying down toward Louisville and rising slowly. You
Well,
know?
that would be good,
So I don't-
unless it sits and camps on top of us.
Well, no, it looked like it was moving fairly good, but I tell you what, I'll bring it up. Let's see if it's changed because we definitely don't want to be caught out in the bad weather.
Talking about Cars, that's the movie that's here tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Cars is here tonight.
Right.
There, you guys want to watch this? See, right now it's now around Louisville.
Well, it does look like it appears that it's staying south.
Yeah, there's Cincinnati there.
So that would be good.
It's kind of creeping north as we speak, but you know, that's only an hour's worth. So I mean,
Yeah, I think it's.
by the time you know this evening comes, I mean, maybe it could have crept up that far. But you see what I'm saying? I'm saying? It looks like it's going to stay. I mean, like right now, the very tip of it, there's some tips that are heading toward Cincinnati, but the bulk of the storm is down Louisville and east of Louisville. So, and Evansville's kind of getting it, and down into Clarksville, Tennessee.
Because by the time this gets over this way, you're still way down here.
Yeah, and it's got to come up. So
I don't.
I think if you're south, you definitely have a lot more possibility for severe weather. Well, even right now, I mean, south of Louisville and east of Louisville, they've got some red thunderstorms going on. So,
What color are they normally?
well, if they're light, it's blue, and if it's normal, they're green. But red, when it gets red,
So when it's green, it's just regular rain.
red or dark red, that's the thunderstorms.
What are those black ones?
There's no black one. It's just blue.
Oh.
Blue is just light rain. So, but there you go. I mean, that's just what we're seeing here.
Yep.
But I know, I think you've maybe had some weather. Yeah, here we go. Clinton County EMA, severe weather update. Friday, enhanced storm and tornado risk southern Clinton. See, they're even saying southern Clinton County. Updated power outage and tornado risk.
So it'll be more like you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be New Vienna, Martinsville, Clarksville, Bland. Southern portion of Clinton County and Hance. Yeah, look, I just said that. Clarksville, Blanchester,
You should be a weatherman,
Westboro,
Charlie.
well, I can read, yeah.
You're like
Martinsville,
psychic
New Vienna.
or psychotic, something.
10 to 15% chance of a tornado within 25 miles. But again, I think this is more for later.
How do you can't get the weather right, but you can tell us 10 to 15 miles, whatever, as far as a tornado?
I'm just reading. I am just reading. I'm not.
Give me a break.
This, if you would like to argue, you need to contact Thomas Breckel at the county EMA.
There you go.
Because he is the one that I am reading his diatribe from.
Tommy Tornado. You know him.
Tommy Tornado.
And I got
Well, he
on
does-
Tommy Tornado yesterday because I said,
Was that at the the old people's house?
senior center. They had a nice thing out at senior center yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, it was nice.
And I'm going to say this:
How was the food?
we didn't eat.
didn't
We
eat.
ate at
Why
Wendy's.
not? Why not?
Because it's liver and onions
Yeah.
roast.
You didn't eat your spinach.
We oh yeah, we went to Wendy's. But I will say this: I throw a lot of shade at Clinton Memorial Hospital because the last couple times I went there, I was not treated well by the people that check you in.
But
So-
there's a but to this.
Here's the but. We listened to the CEO yesterday, and I did like what he had to say. I thought he had a lot of good stuff to say. What do you think, Jerry?
So what are they
They're
announcing?
trying to
They're
turn-
having a half off sale. Get one surgery and the other one half off.
No, he just talked about the idea of just doing more surgeries.
Well, I mean, they're
there.
going to have to do something because Kettering, if they're expanding, there's going to be some competition.
He says Kettering's just going to be sew you up and send you to Dayton Hospital. They're not going to be.
Did you catch the thing yesterday? Did you catch Rick's talking about get one free? Did you catch the part about where if you have something wrong, and they send you home too early, and you have to come back because of that, the first so many days, they can't charge you for?
I didn't catch that. No.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before. I know that's what.
So is that the hospital, or is that Medicare or Medicaid, or what is it?
Hospital. This was the hospital CEO.
So is this like they've got a special deal?
No, it sounds to me like it's got
just
something.
offering more stuff. It sounds like. To
Yeah,
me.
they're planning on. Like they said, they never do brain surgery, they never do open heart surgery out here. But they're trying to upgrade. Now that they've got facilities that they built, they got to have staff to do what the hospital's capable of.
So they've added facilities to CMH
Well, what
that
they've
they
added
didn't
over
have
the years.
before? Oh,
Yeah.
Talked about how good the cancer clinic is, and I liked his idea. He says we don't put necessarily patients first, we put employees first, because happy employees will make the patients be first, basically.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of it.
Yeah. I understood his theory, but it didn't sound.
No, it didn't sound right, but it made sense.
Yeah, what he was saying made sense.
Yeah. But no, I
It was a real
wanted.
good presentation.
I really want to see if we could get him on here, and that thing did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought it was just going to be one of those things they give you like a 15, 20-minute introduction, and then you go visit all the booths and get the hell out of there.
right.
Well, instead, it was a half-hour, 40-minute speech from the Clinton County guy.
Now, were there any freebies like
Tons.
brain surgery?
Tons.
Brain surgery.
Each booth gave out a door prize, which I did win one.
Did you? What'd you win?
Basket full of
A
stuff.
green door.
I even give Jerry a couple things out of it.
Did he win a
Potpourri
green door?
basket. No.
He didn't win a green door.
But anyhow, they had lots of nice. I tell you, one of the ones that I think is going to come on is Croswell Bus Lines on the show.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of neat deals. That was
They
going.
were giving away a trip.
So now, how did they come into all this? Because they're a charter bus line, aren't they?
They deal with
They do
seniors.
trips,
They got a lot of
senior
senior
trips,
trips.
too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So are they the ones that are doing the baseball games?
No,
you guys
no.
run?
That's just in house.
Oh,
They got their own buses for that.
oh, they do. Okay. Are they like Wilmington Transit buses?
Yeah, small ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yep. $21. We want to go to the Dayton Dragons game. So was it June 13th or something like that? No, it's June 18th. June 18th. I probably ought to write that in here so I don't forget. Dayton Dragons, since I already paid. But there's a lot of good stuff. But here's the next thing they did, which I really didn't care for. They took the mic to each table, and there's probably, 25 tables. Mm-hmm. And each table said what they were there for, what they were representing, and all that. So I had to meet somebody at 3, so we didn't get out there at about, 1:45 or so?
So what were you there for?
What's that?
You said at each table they represented someone. Who did you
Yeah.
represent?
We didn't represent, we were just
Wake Up
partaking.
You were just there for the.
But really, after we got out of there, I kind of thought, well, maybe we should have had a table there.
You know what? I
had
thought the
that
same
thought. So that might be something. I don't know how much it would cost to have a table, but our buddy did. Dustin, he had a table there.
thing. Yep.
What was
Yeah.
he selling?
Just telling people about his paper. And then the News Journal was there. I think we're going to end up having some guests come from that event because the Red Cross seemed real interested. There's a couple of the senior care facilities, like around the Blanchester area, that seemed interested.
Salvation Army. She was
Salvation
really
Army, and also a couple of these workout places.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but I didn't realize like that silver sneaker stuff. Each one of them I asked, I said, well, how do you know if you can use your silver sneakers? Well, it all depends on your insurance.
Yeah.
True.
Right, I didn't realize that. So, but,
I have it through mine, but I don't use it.
well, yeah, we all look into that. Do you have it? I mean, does it pay for yours?
Supposedly mine does. It
I
ought
don't
to
know
pay
if
for
mine
something.
does or not. Yeah,
Much as I
mine.
pay on my insurance.
Mine
it ought to
probably
pay for something.
pays for it after you pay the $3,000 deductible or something
I
stupid
think Joe
like that.
Davis, he said his pays for it. That's why he goes. Well, that's not why he goes. He goes because he looks at the young girls.
I didn't say
This
that.
is at Planet Fitness.
Well, that one and then the one down here on the left, across from Buckley Brothers, they were there too.
Okay.
Both of them were there. I have to look into it. I don't know.
Well, you look like you've been working out, Charlie.
I am working my arms out
He's
right
working
now.
his arms out in them Buckeyes.
He's feeding his face with the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes are good. I think this is my fourth one. I'm done.
Oh,
After
it's the
this
fourth one? Are you sure?
I
Sure
can't.
you
Yeah.
didn't sneak a couple in before?
I
No,
lost track. I don't know. I've had 3 or 4.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a sugar high. You forget all that stuff.
Yeah.
good stuff though. Good stuff. All right. So, anything happening this weekend, gentlemen? I already told you about the card show, and I guess that's all I got going. It's a card show Saturday. Tonight we got a cruise in. What about you guys? You got anything going on?
Oh, I gotta play catch up, getting stuff fixed and done around home.
I always have stuff to do at home.
You gonna be working the car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got to fix your car, don't you?
I worked out there last night till I took it up.
Oh, you break it, you got to fix it.
Yeah. And then I got a back shock that was leaking. And I thought,
Is it a shock or a strut?
well, I thought they were struts nowadays, but when you go in to look for a part, it says that they got shocks on them.
Yep.
So you have to get a strut?
Great. That thing's got huge shocks on it. I thought, whoa.
It's got
Really?
huge what on it?
Shocks.
Shocks. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shocks, Rick, shocks, yeah.
I wasn't sure what he said.
Yeah.
You just, ever since you've seen that picture of the furry thong, it's messed your brain
Was it
up this
orange?
week.
Was the thong orange?
No, I think it was gray.
I don't
wasn't
know.
it?
I don't remember.
I think it was
I
gray.
thought it was an orange or green. I think it was green. Green
I
furry
don't know.
thong?
Well, can you gonna give us any kind of update at all from last night?
Well,
City
I
council?
just watched on television. I had thought about coming in because it's not that far from home. I thought I'd come in and watch, but then they looked pretty packed.
You don't have.
There were a lot of people.
You don't have a mic.
Oh. Is it off? It went to one bar very quickly. So, I don't know. I think that, basically what the mayor was saying was that he is being misjudged. And but I think everybody agreed that there needs to be more transparency, and there needs to be an investigation as to, in particular, whether there was going to be people planted at Sugar Tree Ministries to try to do drug buys or something.
Well, that's a pretty well-known fact, isn't it? I mean, I've heard that the last month.
Well, just because it's well known or well talked about doesn't mean it's true.
Right.
That's the point. And I would say, at this point, we probably don't have all the information even now. But there is supposed to be some new information in the Casey Pitzer case that's going to be revealed here. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, we'll be waiting, to see what transpires with that as well.
Well, I tell you what, it's just like Washington, D.C. If there was a big cover-up, and like Washington, D.C. with all these funds going to places that no one seems to know,
Well,
fry them.
The only thing that I would say, in Pat's defense, is his administration was not involved.
Didn't create any of this.
No, they were
right.
not involved in any of this. A different mayor and his son was the police chief at the time, Randy
Yep.
Riley and Josh Riley. They're the people that should be answering the questions. They should be on the hot seat, not the current mayor.
Right,
And
for
so
that
that's
stuff.
the thing that people have to remember. You got to look to the administration that actually was involved when things happened.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Just some of the stuff you see is just so unnecessary. You know,
Well, I think that, you know, people today,
be forthright
and people today, they react so,
quickly.
yeah.
No one has
they
any
jump
patience.
to conclusions. They don't investigate anymore. They just, you know, they're always jumping to conclusions.
Well, he said it.
I'm
It's
gonna have
got to be
replace the
true.
batteries in this one.
It's on Facebook. It's got to be true. You know.
We got two bars on that one.
So it's
Johnny.
got to be true.
Well, that's the problem. The problem is if it's on the internet, you know, we're led to believe that it's got to be true. So
Yeah, which is obviously not the case.
no, it's patently false. So
Except for this show.
everything we say on here, you can take to the bank.
Most of it, I'd say a good 95%.
You glad I said that?
I'm glad you said that. That's the other thing I had on my list.
You have to go to the bank?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what about this day in history? We still got 4 minutes.
Do we
here.
have any history today? You were writing something down when you first came in.
This day in
What
history?
was I writing down?
I don't know what you were writing down because I was sitting over there in the hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
But we have decided, as the evil emperor, I'm going to start wearing eye black
Like John Randall.
to look more intimidating.
I'll tell you what, his did look intimidating. What you got, Jerry?
This day in history, May 16th. In 1866, the U.S. Congress authorized the first 5-cent piece to be minted.
So is that a nickel?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 1868,
Buffalo one.
U.S. President Andrew Johnson was acquitted during the Senate impeachment by 1 vote.
Guy was nuts. Johnson was nuts.
In 1888,
Alcoholic.
the first demonstration of recording on a flat disc was demonstrated by Emil Berliner.
You mean like a record?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Why didn't you just say that?
because that's where I didn't
A
write
flat
this.
disc?
Flat disc.
A flat
yeah.
disc.
I didn't write this.
Okay.
I just
Was it a 33 or a 45 or extended play?
78.
78.
probably a 78. Yeah.
Probably was. They were the first
Yeah,
ones, weren't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
In that same year,
Both those mics are on.
1888, the capital of Texas was dedicated in Austin.
Austin, Texas.
In 1910, the U.S. Bureau of Mines was authorized by the U.S. Congress.
Was that the Bureau of Mines
Mhm.
or Means?
Mimes? Mimes or
Mines
mines?
or means?
Mines.
Oh, mines. Mines.
As in underground.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. In 1946, Jack Mullen showed the world the first magnetic tape recorder.
I'm going to my table here. So.
All right. In
Back in your box.
1960, in 1965, SpaghettiOs were sold for the first time.
Ooh, I like SpaghettiOs.
They weren't eating.
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
Sold them. They didn't care what you did with it. As long as you bought them, they didn't care what you did with them.
It's true.
In 1971, U.S. postage for a 1-ounce first-class stamp was increased from 6 to 8 cents.
19 what?
1971.
Really?
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, a roll of stamps was $80-some.
That's crazy.
I
isn't
just
it?
bought a roll and they were $80-some bucks. In 1975, Japanese climber Junko Tabio became, I don't know what to say, the first woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest.
Oh.
In 1985, Michael Jordan was named Rookie of the Year by the NBA.
Tay Newport, are you coming on Monday? Sorry, I just saw her popping up. Because your dad said he's not coming on. Are you coming on? Let Rick know or let us know.
Well, I'll know Sunday anyway. She's still coming Sunday.
It's 10 o'clock. Give the final thought.
Sorry about that.
No, give your final thought.
Well, I
It's 10
got
o'clock.
2 things.
Well, go ahead.
We got Jerry's ready to go. Tchotchke is the word of the day, meaning trinket. Cheap. We got a lot of tchotchkes yesterday, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did.
A lot of tchotchkes. Anyhow, the final thought, this is Tucker Carlson. It is increasingly important to be open-minded. Tucker Carlson. And that's true. We do need to be open-minded through all the little controversies going on in our little Peyton place here. And don't always believe everything you read or hear, especially on the internet. True?
True.
All right,
Absolutely
guys.
true.